All right, guys, YouTube, what's up? This is going to be part 3 on the 2010 Hyundai Sonata, reassembling your steering knuckle and also your wheel bearing and hub assembly. All right, so since you got everything off, just put everything back in reverse order. Just don't forget where you put everything. Let's see. Also, it wouldn't hurt to also inspect your new part to make sure that it's all good. I know it's good. I already checked it. Make sure it also matches up with your old part, which it does. I've already went and checked that too. So just take and slide it back on. Get it lined up down here. Move that out of the way. Get your shock back on it. There you go. That'll all get tightened up and all that once you get everything where you want it. I'm gonna do that last. I'm gonna do that last. Turn a little fast. I want to put everything back in reverse order. Ooh, no, don't. There we go. All right. So it's all from here. All right. So first, what I would do is I'll start with the lower control arm. Get that bolted in. Come down here at the bottom. Get this bolted in, get up here to the top, get to the shock, and then just work your way up to the top and we can go from there. All right, I'll be back. All right, so I got that down, or got that bolt slid through. If you can't find a 19mm, 3/4 will work. Won't slip off or anything, but it will work for this down here. It'll work for any of them, I guess, but for this one here, it worked perfectly because you can actually get down here and get a good bite on it and stuff. So when you go right, tighten it back up. The other ones, this little, I'm sure y'all probably seen this in a few videos, but this little thing comes in handy for getting around to other where you need to get to. But this has multiple sockets on it. 19, 15, 14, all the way down to 10. I think 9 too, or 9mm. But these things come in handy too. Let's see. Also, for your, I was going to also mention for the shock, the thing has 2 washers. I've seen these that fell off, so these 2 go for the shock on the back side. Back there. So I'm getting ready to figure out which way it goes. I think looks like, I don't know yet. Normally it's the big washer, and then it's the lock washer on top of it, and then the bolt. Yeah. So more than likely it'd probably go this, like this here, washer, and then your lock washer, and then your bolt. So just to keep that in mind if you don't know where that goes, or forgot to put it back on or something. But it goes for your shock at the bottom. All right, been sitting here for about 15-20 minutes wrestling with this thing. I put the shock on, but I went ahead and took it back off. Now, y'all may end up having some issues if y'all got good shocks. May not be able to get the shock pushed up by hand. So y'all may have to disconnect y'all's. But in my case, I didn't have to disconnect it. Do the shock your very last resort. Get out all your other stuff. Get this in. Get this in. This is a booger to get in, because you got to get it lined up and finagle with it and everything else. Just get the bolt in. You may have to raise it, lower it, and if you can get the back side in first, then you can drop it down or raise it and get that get it slipped through this, and then you can get the nut on it. All right, so once I get that tightened up, then I'm going to this one. I'm going to this one and this one, and then get the shock in, and then start getting the wheel bearing hub assembly and stuff in.
My light. I bet you my light.
All right, so got this on, got that up here tightened up, getting ready to run these two bolts down the rest of the way. When you get this in, just tap it in with a mallet or a hammer, or get you a flathead screwdriver and just barely tap it, it'll go in. But it's getting ready to get it summed up here. Once I get this other piece and stuff on and everything, I got to get the shock back on and everything, because I said I was going to do that for my last resort, so that ain't gonna be no big deal. What is that? That's 3/8. Come on, get off of there. Here, take it off. So if y'all are having ABS problems and stuff like that, you may end up having a wheel bearing failing on you, and when you go to take it off, like I did this one, it's very possible that the gear has came off. So every time the gear sits there and comes off and spins out, it wants to take and throw the signal, and what this does is reads that magnetic pulse on that gear, and that's what throws the ABS light. So just kind of heads up on that, let y'all know on that. That also explains why that's magnetic too in there. Here, because I don't know if it was in this video or the last video, but I was showing y'all that there was some stuff on it, and that piece is magnetic. Don't have to tighten that very tight, because you don't want to break it, don't want to crack it, it's plastic. So alright, so next is getting the shock in, and that is easy to do. Go ahead and raise this down some. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Well, hell, I said it was easy. Go ahead and raise it up, because it should just slide right down. Should just slide. Keep going. I'll tell you what. We'll pause this here in a minute. So I just used a little bit of muscle on it, but it's on there. Took a little hammer at the very bottom, not on the shock, but at the bottom of this metal bushing here. I just kind of tapped it and it went on. So all I gotta do now is get my washers and put them on. Get over there. If I don't lose one. Well, damn. That's what happens, I guess. Shit happens. There it is. Now. Which one was that? That's a, I don't remember which one. It was a 19.
I believe it's a 19. Yeah, everything except for the crown was 19.
Get the cheater on it here in a minute. Alright guys, that is on how you install the steering knuckle. Alright, so got this far. Come over here. Get some warmer weather, I'll be getting this damn car clean too. I don't like to have grease and everything else. That's why I try to put everything in the floorboard as much as I can. Keep grease from being in the seats and everything else. So, opening this damn thing up with one hand, trying to film, trying to get your wheel bearing here. Trying not to get it off the damn rocks. Don't want it on the damn rocks and the dirt and shit. Alright. There she is. Right there. Brand new wheel bearing. Hub assembly. Oh. And when you go to put this in, don't matter which way, because it's going to turn just as long as you got it in. It don't matter. I don't think it matters anyway which way that's turned. Shouldn't matter.
Forget the...
Wait. Shouldn't matter. Dang it, every time. I'm hoping this video is not all lopsided and everything else when I go to post it. But don't, hang on, don't worry about, well, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
So you'll probably have to put the camera down again.
Yeah, I'll have to put this damn camera down. Yeah, so it don't matter which way this here goes. Just make sure that this, I'm gonna have to unbolt. I'm gonna have to unbolt that. So yeah, don't do this. Don't do this. Because this is gonna have to go over that wire. This piece goes into that piece and then bolts in. So I'll show y'all on that here in a minute. Alright, so small easy mistake, easy fix. So yeah, that goes over, so you see how that is, that goes over that small AVS wire. That's gonna hook into here. Alright, but before we do that, I'm gonna take y'all over here. Not sure on how to clean your bolts. I'm getting ready to show you. Just make sure they got them still in order. But you can see how rusted up they are. They're not horrible. I've seen worse. I've cleaned up worse. Okay. But get you a drill. Get you a wire deal here. Okay. Wire wheel.
You're just running out there.
And WD-40. WD-40 PB blaster. Any lubricant will work. I don't even know if I'll have enough WD-40 or anything, but we're gonna try it. Here, you gonna hold that? Go ahead and pause it. All right. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and have you hold this.
Okay. Oop. All right.
All right. Don't matter which bolt, just grab one. Just make sure you keep them in order. You can do this one or two ways. You can use WD-40, PV Blaster, or anything like that. If you don't want to do the wire wheel method or anything like that, you can take a bucket, 2-part vinegar, 1 part water. Let it soak for a couple hours. Let it soak for a couple hours and it'll clean that rust off for you. It'll eat it completely off. It won't mess up threads or nothing like that. And you can use a toothbrush or just a wire brush or something and just kind of clean them up. Get a rag, clean them up. But this method I'm showing y'all, it's just a little faster, kind of saves some time. Spray it down real good.
Make sure you're not fighting with the cords.
Alright.
Cool little trick. Wrap, tie.
Now, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold it at an angle while I turn the bolt.
I'm gonna...
That's alright. I don't have a rag, but I'm gonna use my sweater. It's freaking nasty anyway. I don't care. Now your threads, got it? Now your threads are nice and clean, free of debris and rust. There's still a little bit, but it's not gonna hurt nothing. I got a lot of the worst stuff off, but it's not gonna strip out your threads or anything like that. But you can use this method and it works great. And like I said, if you don't want to use the wire wheel method, you can use 2-part vinegar, 1 part water, let it soak for a couple hours, and then brush it off and clean it. So, and that's what the end result will look like. All right, so
pausing the video.
Go ahead and pause it.
Ready.
All right, so every one of these bolts is now nice and clean. That's those two, and that's those two. All right. Go ahead and feed your bolts through first. The temperature dropping out here too today. I'm trying to see. Where you? Oh, okay.
I'm just coming where there's a little bit better video.
enough to hold that in. You can go ahead and push it all the way back. It's going to push your bolts back, but that's fine. And you can get your bolts and stuff threaded through. So you got, so it'll help you hold it in place.
See the bolts.
A little tight fit, but it works.
And I'm gonna pause it while he's doing that. It's on.
All right, so hopefully y'all got y'all's 4 bolts in. I did. I know y'all found out it's pretty tight fit back here, but 14mm bolts. All right, so now the fun part, because y'all are almost done. I'm almost done. Next is getting the rotor on this boy. Make sure that you're probably going to have a hole here. That's where a screw's going to go. You need to line it up with that hole or this one. I'm going to just go ahead and line it up with this one since this one has the mark. If it'll line up to it, it should. Hang on, Matt, that down. There you go. There's a screw. Hopefully y'all still have it. I mean, I don't think you really need the screw, because I mean your caliper, that caliper there's, or the caliper is, you know, it's gonna hold the rotor anyway. Most vehicles has these, some of them don't. But I'm going to go ahead and put mine back in, because that's the way it came from the factory. It just helps hold that rotor in. Alright, so we got that in there. Set brake pad sitting nicely down, so that way you can actually slip over the rotor like it's supposed to. And I might have to pause the video for this part, but I'm sure y'all get the hint on this. Alright, so I got the rotor, or the caliper and stuff on. On the bolts, you got a top bolt, you got a bottom bolt. Probably don't matter which one goes where, but I'm going to put mine exactly back the way it was. And I got another bolt to clean, so since y'all have already gotten to those 4 bolts to clean them, you now know how to clean a rusted bolt. So I'm going to clean this one up and go ahead and install my go ahead and get this caliper put on, and then I can go ahead and start putting the wheel assembly, the tire and the wheel and stuff on. So Alright, so I got the bolts cleaned up, put them on, got them tight. And now, I always do this. It don't matter what vehicle I work on. Anytime before I put the tire and the rim and all that, before I put the rim, all that stuff back on, before I put the lug nuts on, I always do this. This helps to keep rust down, keeps it from seizing up when you're trying to take the daggum wheel off next time, and keeps you from stripping out the damn bolts over time. A lot of people don't lube up these studs. And what I also like to do is I like to do my lug nuts the same way. And then after you get your studs lubed up, get your lug nuts lubed up, then you're ready to proceed to put the tire and stuff on. And of course, like anything, 5-lug, 4-lug, every tire's got every lug nut has a pattern. I don't my torque wrench don't work, so I have to guess on what torque specs. So I just get them good and tight. I don't get them overly tight because I want to get it off next time. But with like I say, with lubing everything up, you won't have no problem getting your lug nuts and stuff off. Everything will come off a lot easier. But that is how you do a wheel bearing and hub assembly and a rear steering knuckle on a 2010 Hyundai Sonata. So that is how you do it. So I will see y'all later, and everything, and stay safe, be good, God bless, and see you next time. Merry Christmas, guys. Later y'all.